Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Nat Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. So, today quickly, I would want us to learn how to cut a short knicker, alright? And so cutting a short knicker is very, very simple. So we are going to learn that. So if, in case you are yet subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on so that whenever I drop amazing videos like this, you will be notified. So to cut our short knicker, we are going to consider the following measurements. We're considering a waist measurement of 28. We're considering a tie, all right? We'll call it the lap measurement of 20, and we're considering the knicker length, okay? And the knicker length, that's our trouser length, is 18, all right? And the knee round, all right? The knee round and the knee round we'll be using for this is 15. Yeah, so this is the measurement we need to cut our short knicker. So without wasting time, let us hit into the class and do our short knicker. So we all know, yes, sorry, not all of us, but for as many of you that have been following my videos, we have learned how to divide trouser measurements, okay? So if you are confused on how to divide your trouser measurement, you can check my videos. I have videos on how to divide trouser measurement, but to go over it again, it's very simple. When cutting, you divide waist by 4, divide the tie by 2, the trouser, the knee round, trouser length, sorry, we said it's 18. The trouser length is 18. You don't divide, you only add 1.5 inch to it, or 2 inches for hemming allowance. The knee round, you also divide by 2, all right? So let us cut our short knicker without wasting time. So the first we are going to do is to take our waist measurement. And as the custom is for fitting, we are going to give a 1/2 inch allowance from the waist here. So we cut our measurement at this point here for fitting sake, all right? To get fitting for our short knicker. So our waist is 28, divide by 4, that will give you 7. This is 7 plus 1/2 inch seam allowance, that's 7.5, all right? So we will push this 7.5 down a bit, all right? And then we'll measure 1 inch below, 1 inch below, all right? We'll join this point to the 1/2 inch point we made here, okay? So we are done with the waist part, all right? The next thing we are going to do is to locate our pocket area. Our pocket for adult is an adult. For adult is 7 inches from the waist. But this person is not very tall, so we use 6.5 for pocket allowance, pocket opening. So this is our pocket area, okay? So the next we are going to do is to locate the crotch area, all right? The crotch, remember with the formula we use for getting our crotch. There's also a video in my videos on how to get your crotch accurately. Please check that video out and watch it. But crotch is simply waist divided by 4 and plus 1 or 2 or 1.5 inches as the case might be. So for this measurement, 28 divided by 4 will give you 7 plus 1 inch, that will be 8, because it's a fitted knicker, right? That will be 8, so that is 8. So I'm going to make this mark very well. It's 8, all right? And let's change this side, all right? The next one I'm going to do is to locate our tie measurement. I will say our tie is what? Is 20. Divided by 2. Tie is by 2. You have what? 10. So this is our 10 without adding any allowance. All right. Yeah. So the next we're going to do is, sorry, we forgot the hip measurement. Sorry. I want to use hip measurement as well. And our hip measurement for this trouser is 34. All right. It's 34. Okay. And how do we locate our hip area? You mark 2 inches above the crotch line to locate your hip area. So this is our hip area. Okay. So this is our hip area. All right. Our hip line. So on this hip line, we'll locate our hip. And we'll say our hip is 34. Hip is also divided by 4. So if we divide 34 by 4, you'll be having 8.5. All right. So this is 8.5. Hope we are following. It's 8.5. The next thing you will do is to join this hip line to the waistline. Okay. I'm going to join it this way. All right. I'm done with that. The next thing we're going to do is to curve this tie point to join with the hip point, and we'll simply curve it. I don't have French curves, so I use my free hand. If you have your French curves, you can use them. So you can see what I've done. You can also do this as simple as that. So the next thing we're going to do now is to get our knicker length, and we see that our knicker length is what? We see that our knicker length is 18. Look at 18 here. All right. So plus 1.5 inch seam allowance, that becomes 19.5. All right. It's our length, is seam allowance. I'm going to mark this 2 point this side again to get a straight line. We have 18, we have 19.5. Okay. And then we join it with the help of a straight line. 6. All right. Now there is a difference, something unique, that if you don't know, when you cut your knicker, you might not get what you want at this point. When it's time to hem it, I'm going to show you that secret. All right, just stay with me. So the next thing I'm going to do is minus 1 inch at the end here. All right, but before we do that, let me show us a secret. We are going to cut out this before we do that. All right, I'm going to cut this. Okay, cut it before we do that. So we're going to fold this first. We're going to fold it on this length of our trouser. Okay, we're going to fold it like this. Yeah, before taking the fitting of our trouser, and I am going to tell you why, and to also show you so that you see and understand. I'm showing you why we do this before shaping our trouser. So now we're going to remove 1 inch from the end point of this trouser here, of this short knicker here. 1 inch. This is to give our short knicker fitting. Okay. The next thing we'll do is to get the knee round, and the knee round is 15. Divided by 2, we'll have 7.5. So we'll get our 7.5 from here. Okay. 7.5. All right. So we join this point here to the thigh or the crotch line. Okay. Join this point to here. All right. The next is to join this point to this point here. All right. You can see our knicker is coming out. The next is to join this the point where we marked our waistline. We join it to the pocket line here. This is the pocket dot, right? We join here to here. All right. You can see our knicker is coming out. Then you can make it a little more decent by, this is your allowance for pocket. All right. So you are going to fold your pocket. You make trousers, you understand. This is the pocket line. So you are going to fold your pocket flaps, right? So this is your pocket, okay? To understand this, all right? So I said I will show us why we folded this. But before then, you see, this trouser here, because I don't have my French cuffs, this line shouldn't be straight like this. It's supposed to be a little bit curvy inside, okay? Mind you, it's coming from the thigh line, all right? Be a little bit curvy inside, not that straight, okay? I think you should understand this, all right? So now let me show us why I said we should fold it first. Now let's cut it and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's cut our knicker and you understand perfectly what I am talking about. And if this video is making sense, please hit the like button. If you have not subscribed to this channel, I would really appreciate it. You will subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. Okay. Now we can see this, right? Now this is what I'm talking about. Look at the end point of our short knicker here. Now, supposing we can see what we're having here. We're having a tip in here, all right? We're having a tip in here, and this is as if the edges of this, what we have got, is playing out. The edges, you see, if I keep this, you will see it more clear. You can see, it's as if the edges of this, the end part of this trouser, this short knicker is playing out. Now, if you are kept it straight, and taking your measurement, at the end, you'll be having something like this. The short knicker will be looking like this, all right? And when it's time to hem it, you will discover that you see the short knicker, the fabric is shorting. You can see what I'm talking about. The fabric is shorting. That is why it's very important that you do what? You fold the hemming allowance first before taking the fitting measurement. I don't think, if you understand, please let me know in the comment section. But that is why you don't leave it straight and take a fitting measurement. You fold the hemming allowance before taking your fitting measurement, so that at the end, you'll not be having shortage of what fabric. Let us move to the back piece and finish up. So coming to our back piece right now, coming to the back piece of our child, of our short knicker. Okay, yeah, this paper can give us what we want. Thinking it's not enough. Can give us what we want. All right. So what we are simply going to do here is this. We are going to mark from here. We mark 2 inches backwards. See, 2 inches backwards, and then we mark 1.5 is okay, all right? 1.5 is okay, or 2 inches, based on how the person has much Botox, all right? 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 2 inches, okay, right? So I've marked that point, and it's going to cross with this 1.5 inch point, all right? So the 2 points are crossing, you can see. So where these 2 points are crossing is where I'm going to take my measurement. From there, I'm going to get a straight line to join to the end with this other part of my short knicker. This is very simple. Just pay attention and you will get it clear. All right. So you see that the basic measurement we take at the back piece of the trouser. See this? We added up here by 1.5, this way by 2 inches. The next thing we're going to do, we did this because we know that the back piece of the trouser is higher than the front piece, okay? And that's because of, like I said before, the bum allowance to accommodate the back side. And the next thing we'll do is to trim sideways. Actually, the whole logic is on the front piece. Once you get the front piece, the back piece is walk over. Very simple and straightforward. All right, so the next thing we'll do is to cut this out as well. And then we will shift the front piece, we'll shift it in by 2 inches allowance down and 2.5 up. All right, so here we are shifting by 2 inches allowance. This is 2 inches allowance. All right, 2 inches allowance. And here we are making it 2.5. Actually, from experience, I've discovered that when I make it, the allowance up here 2.5, and down here just 2 inches, I get what I want better, all right? That's why. You can choose to leave it 2 inches all the way. You can still get it. But from experience, I get a better fitting when I give it 2.5 inches here and 2 inches down this way. The next thing I'm going to do is to mark this point here, all right? Now, the back piece of a trouser is not as deep, the curve is not as deep as the front piece, okay? So, this point, we are going to connect it to this point, all right? But it's not going to be as deep as this. So, we can just take out 1/2 inch from here, all right? 1/2 inch from here. And that will give us a guide on where the back curve line should follow, all right? So, you see, from here, we're having our back curve line. Take up along this 1/2 inch, all right, to meet up with this point here. Now, if you have your French cup, like I said, you can use them, but I do not have, so I am using my free hand, okay? All right, so we join these 2 points together. Sorry, I'm shedding. Sorry. Shedding. Okay, so the next thing you do is simply to cut this out. All right, cut this out. Once you're done cutting it out, you have gotten your short knicker. So this is our short knicker. This is the front piece. This is the front piece, and this is the back piece. All right. So if you enjoy watching this video, if at all this video made sense to you, please hit the subscribe button, give me a thumb up, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know if my videos are helping, if we are benefiting from them. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Welcome to Nat Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. Thank you.